history and see, as a result, what happened? Most of the Western Ghat forests became secondary forests. And there will be a fallow period may be short, fallow period may be very long when population is thin. And sometimes shifting cultivators will never return to the original forest. So there a lofty forest grows which will look like the original primeval forest, but still different, because some primeval species will never come back into the secondary forest, for which we have to look for reason not in the climate but in the soil and other. So these are low altitude Western Ghats where these grassy patches came because of shifting cultivation in the past. And the British time in the 1880s and towards the end of the 19th century, shifting cultivation was prohibited even in Goa, and there was a lot of these Kunubis and Kumri Marathis. They came to North Canara forest and then old Mysore forest, and then started shifting cultivation in those areas until the British banned it there also totally. So there is a shifting cultivation history which made major changes in the low altitude up to 1000 meters of Western Ghats. Beyond that, shifting cultivators did not go because of the cold conditions, and there were enough of forests down below. Above 1000 meters, the forests were drastically altered with the introduction of coffee and tea by the British. So I explained why shifting cultivation was necessary, and see, when shifting cultivation was continuously done, what happens? The soil gets bad, and on this kind of soil you cannot do any cultivation when rocks have surfaced and the plants occurring. These are fire tolerant species, and when along the coast, say as in the Goa coast or North Canara coast, this kind of land is very common, the laterited surface. So because of the nearness of densely populated areas, this kind of land terrain, the constant hacking, burning of forests would have taken place in the past. Soils were lost and the topsoil got laterized, and if you break this laterite and go deep inside, you get a mound of soil, soft soil, like that. When you dig a well in such laterite, you will find the top is all laterite, down you get soil, sometimes even fossils. So, but when you go to Maharashtra and dig the basaltic rock there with the laterite there also, the laterite has parent composition, parent rock composition is a residual laterite. But when we see Goa, I think Goa is not a volcanic trap rock. It is you get interior soil. It is a secondary laterite. It is a deposited soil and very infertile. Once the laterite is there on the surface, it's very infertile, unfit for any kind of cultivation, except some trees like acacias can be grown in that. Now, all these tribal people, communities, they had history of shifting cultivation. So that was slash and burn cultivation. Now, but there was a land use system for the pre-colonial people. See, the British came in early 1800 and